Good morning. It is Saturday morning. How are ya? Rise and shine. I'm First Warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather, hopefully get your day started off right. Join each other in a cup of coffee. Or in my case today, a coffee protein shake. Hope that's okay. It is cloudy. It is damp in spots. We are going to be tracking it all for you. But before we do so, let's just look at the top two things that we are calling for today. Talking about that weekend preview, and indeed, the graphic has rain boots. That's how you know it's going to be a nice and damp setup. We're going to be tracking that. Plus, tracking the tropics. No, there is not a hurricane out there. That's just the fancy picture that we have. We'll be looking at all of that. But first, let's just set the stage, see what's doing right now. Here's a shot from our Tower Cam network. This is in Melbourne. Let's head up to Cocoa. Clouds over top of us. Kennedy Space Center. Tower Cam down. Darn. All right, let's see what's doing over in Volusia County. So happy to have this Tower Cam back. We are looking live at our shot over at the Ponce Inlet. Our New Smyrna Beach Tower Cam is back. I love this one because it gets the inlet, it gets the lighthouse, it gets the beaches. It gets me. My favorite places to go. And I love my protein shake as well. Finally got rain in Rockledge, Rose says. Oh yeah, there's plenty of rain around. Let's head into the interior spots. There's downtown Orlando. Clouds around, looking at toward the medical village, clouds around. You're not working. All right. So a couple of tower cams down today. Temperatures out the door are in the 70s and 80s, but let's come right over to our First Warning live Doppler radar, where we are already watching rains. The first thing that catches your eye is this big cluster of rain off the shoreline, but it's now starting to put some rains ashore. So let's zoom in and see what's doing. Right around Cocoa Beach, Cape Canaveral, there are plenty of downpours in the vicinity. From about Cocoa Beach up through Merritt Island, right up through the port, right up to Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, and even, I tell you though, that said, let's go back a minute. I was gonna say that one's down. This one, all right, so it's, hold on a second. Let me see if I can't get them to pop up the Kennedy Space Center shot.
Master Control.
Hey, it's your favorite weather guy. How are ya?
Hi.
Hi, good morning. Is there a way I could get the Kennedy Space Center tower cam pop back up?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so let's wait with bated breath. I just want to see that downpour coming in. Is that goofy of me? Now you get to see the inside baseball that we run our tower cams off of Raspberry Pis using VLC. The nerds will understand what I just said. The non-nerds will not have a clue. All right, well, we'll come back to that. At any rate, you get the idea, though. There are plenty of downpours in that area. Heaviest stuff is coming in around the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. Not seeing any kind of rotation. This is our First Warning live Doppler radar velocity. There's Melbourne's radar velocity. Yeah, we're good. All right, switching back over to the conventional radar. And up into Volusia County, just a couple of small showers. Up here around Ormond Beach, Holly Hill, we've been watching a little bit of this rainfall. Right over Pine Tree, right over Tomoka Estates, right over the county border there, Flagler and Volusia. And then there's also a couple of showers out around Bunnell. All right, well, that's the tower cam, but it's showing up black. I just want to show you the rain coming in. Oh, okay. That's cool. Okay. I think that's worth it. Hold on, I want to tweet that. Hold on. I know. I'm not being a good host at the moment. Well, hello there, morning downpour. Okay. Jessica says worth the wait. Okay, thank you. See, I had it in my head. That's gorgeous. Do I have time to go out and mow? Debbie, where are ya? Thank you, Taylor. I appreciate it. The hostess with the mostest. All right, so where are we going in the forecast? Now that we're like 7 minutes into coffee talk and we haven't gotten to any forecasting yet. Forecast carries about a 20% coverage of rain this morning, but you will notice that coverage going up and up and up over these next few hours. I think that the coastal areas are getting the rains now, but into the afternoon, we'll be getting the thunderstorms across the interior. Need some lightning for that shot. I was just looking, Carolyn, there's only been 2 lightning strikes in the last 15 minutes. So, if it was a good lightning producer, I would have definitely held on it. But yeah, Penny says it's not raining here just yet in the Cape. All right, very cool. Do I have time to go out and mow in Chuliota? So it depends on how long it takes you. But I would say if you're in Chuliota, yeah, you're good. You can see those downpours are off to your east. And we'll be moving inland. But yeah, I mean, if I lived in Chuliota, it only takes me about an hour to do my lawn, so I would do that. I would be able to do that. All right, so we know that rain chances are on their way up. I do want to point out, and I mentioned this a few moments ago on WESH 2 News. In addition to all of the weather stuff that we're tracking, I also want to point out that there are now departure delays starting to work in over at the Orlando International Airport. Currently, the graphic says 31 to 45, but I just got a notice from the FAA, that's going to update here in a moment, that it's increasing and that it looks like it's running 45 minutes to an hour now. So just a heads up. If we're looking at the big board over at the Orlando International Airport, right now 10 delayed flights, 1 canceled flight, but certainly that will be going up. If it's staffing and volume, that's the issue. So what's going on? Let's take a look at Futurecast through the day today. There are the coastal showers through lunchtime, that much we know. But notice by 2, 3, 4 o'clock, we're increasing that coverage through the interior, right? 6 p.m., showers, thunder showers scattered about. 8 p.m., showers, thunder showers scattered about, and then gradually fading out. Now, what about tomorrow? I've got friends in low places that are asking about the forecast for tomorrow. So let's look. Again, tomorrow morning, coastal showers. By lunchtime, we start really ramping up that coverage, and through the afternoon, showers and storms. But the pattern shifts, forcing everything over to the beaches by late afternoon. Tomorrow, again, 60% coverage of rain. Both today and tomorrow are looking quite active. Yep, quite active. Who's coming to Florida this time of year? Rose says, all the tourists? I try to avoid the theme parks as much as I can, but they call me. But I would say all the tourists. And there are scattered showers and thunder showers for them, right? Brian says, I keep hearing so many negatives about commercial air travel lately. I just love driving even more now. I would agree with that. Now, we shall see how this plays out. I've got a flight, as you know, on Monday, and then another flight back on Friday. So we'll see how that goes. Joanna says, 10-year-old, can we go to the park before noon in Winter Park? Yeah, I'd say you're definitely better to go before noon than afternoon, Joanna. Yeah, I would say so. Terrarena, I know you told me how to say your name yesterday, and I forgot. Can you help me again? But you said, I know traveling is a nightmare. I've been there. Travel out of hurricane season. Yeah, I can go with that. Let's see here. Did I just get called out because I asked you about the forecast earlier? Kelly, you did. How did you know I was talking about you? Loving the outlook for Palm Bay tomorrow. Just the rains in the afternoon, you know? Only the families who have kids out of school. Well, that's true. Although I feel like even during the school year, maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like even during the school year, there are kids that are going out. I see kids at the theme parks, and I'm just like, don't you have school? Question mark. Like, you're very obviously not from Florida. Are we skipping school? I don't know. I don't know. Hope your flights are early in the day. My flight on Monday is an 11 a.m. flight, and then my flight on Friday, I think, is a 12 or a 1 o'clock flight. I didn't book them. The company has Hearst. We're owned by Hearst Television. It's like Hearst Travel booked it. So I don't know. Seems like a washout for my birthday tomorrow in Ocala. Brian, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. When we look at the weekend forecast as a whole, yeah, there's definitely showers and thunder showers around. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, Shauna, I'm so sorry to hear this. Please feel better. We're sending you all the good vibes. I'm so sorry to hear that. Sounds like a good afternoon to stay in and binge Strange New World. Oh, that sounds like a plan. Dottie, thank you very much. John says, I never skipped school. I scheduled my own field trips. You know what's funny, John? You mentioned that. I can tell you with 100% certainty that in grade school, I never once skipped. Honest to God, I never once skipped school. And I don't consider what I did in college skipping because, like, I paid for it. So, you know, like, it's a paid for, well, actually, I didn't pay for it, but family paid for it and grateful for that. But, you know, it was paid for. And it wasn't skipping school because it's paid for. To me, it was like, well, if I had to work, I had to work, you know? But, like, I never, Redbug Elementary, certainly you're not skipping. Tuscaloosa Middle School, I feel like some people would skip. Lake Howell High School, I feel like a lot of people would skip. I never once skipped. Ever. Not once. Not once. Truthfully. Now, there were days where I was put on field trip status to do projects at school, and thus I didn't go to class. But, like, I never, ever once skipped school. That's a true story. Never once. Lots of new infection. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry, Cindy, to hear that. You didn't skip on senior skip day. You know what's funny? I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. Jessica says, logic yourself out of it. I mean, but like I didn't skip. When I was in college, I never skipped just because I was like, I'm going to go to the beach today instead. It was literally, I had to work. That was the only reason that I skipped. Seriously. Didn't skip until middle school, Annie says. I had the field trip status a lot, but definitely skipped, Taylor says. That's funny. Yeah, I always loved, I remember I saw my chemistry teacher on campus at Lake Howell one day, and she was like, you weren't in class. You skipped my class. And I said to her, I'm on field trip status. And she literally wrote me a referral, like one of those bad things, and like wrote me up for skipping, to which I took to the office because you were supposed to, and they were like, did you tell her you were on field trip status? And I said yes, and she didn't believe me. Oh man. Kenneth, Raspberry Pi, tiny computer, and VNC, virtual network connection to the Raspberry Pi. You said VLC. No, Kenneth, what I said was VLC. We use a Raspberry Pi running VLC. VLC is the media player that we use to display the tower cam. So no, yeah, we also VNC and VLC, but yes, we've used VLC to run an RTSP video feed. Karen says, I never skipped either. Isn't that funny? Vanessa very honestly says, I skipped school a lot in high school, and here you are today. See, Rose, there's that. Yeah, that makes sense. Jessica says, luckily I had OJT for 5 classes senior year, so skipping was only 1 class. Well, and I didn't have OJT, but it was the executive internship program. So I was off campus for my last 2 periods my senior year. Frank says, I never skipped until I blew my knee out and couldn't play football anymore. And then what, were you just down in the dumps? First person in my school to see the King Tut exhibit. I told my teachers what was worth seeing. Oh, that's funny. I like that. Penny says, I skipped school, got busted. Oh, that's, I guess as they say, what goes around comes around, right? Got busted. Jessica says you had the nerd version of OJT. That is very true. I did. The executive internship program. where I went to the TV station for the last 2 hours of school my senior year. Yep. Zorine, I never let my children skip school. But did they anyway? I skipped at least once. 1 week senior year, missed, oh my gosh, missed 58 days? Oh, but 10 was for knee surgery. Wow. After 12 years of strict Catholic school, I got to transfer and went hog wild. It's like, it's like, when the teacher's away, the children will play, right? But in the end, I graduated cum laude. Oh my gosh, from UMass. You got it, Patty, you got it. Wow, that's wild. Vanessa, I skipped Lake Howell a lot. Still maintained an AB average. I didn't skip Lake Howell a lot and maintained like a BC average. Don't judge. I only skipped as a senior to go to work as a volunteer firefighter. See, then you got to go, Brian, and still be the good guy we know you are. Up until the chief asked why I wasn't in school. Oops, slapped on the wrist. Yes, kids do not ask for permission, exactly. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Leaving for a cruise to Haiti and the Bahamas Monday the 25th. How's it looking? We'll have to check the tropics here in a minute, right? All right. Yes, Rose says it's raining right now. All right, so quick check of the radar, then we'll check the tropics. Because yes, I suppose coffee talk does involve some weather at its very core. Look at that, some good downpour action. Working right through to the Kennedy Space Center and the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. Let's come back over and look at that tower cam. Yeah, I mean, you can see that downpour there. Yep. There's that rain coming in. You can see the rain coming in there. This is Cocoa looking over toward Cocoa Beach. But yeah, it's getting dark over at the Kennedy Space Center. I was the only male senior in my high school not to miss a single day, Aaron says. That's too funny. And yet that does not surprise me. Nancy says, I never skipped school, too afraid of my mom. However, I lived right across the street from my high school. What luck, right? Mom could literally watch me walk from the window and the bell rang. That's too funny. I wasn't afraid of my parents. I guess I just felt like I didn't go to school in terms of saying to myself, like, I have to do perfect. I was never expected to get straight A's. And I wasn't a great student, especially for things I wasn't interested in. But I knew the importance of going and learning. So anyway, all right, to the tropics we go. Next 5 days. No development expected, which is great. Keep it nice and quiet. You know I love stats, so let's throw up some stats. We've had 3 named storms this year. The typical third storm name isn't named until August the 2nd. So we are still a little ahead in that. Last year, up to this point, we had 5 named storms. So yeah, we're behind last year, ahead of the average. But a couple of interesting things. So the first hurricane usually is named over the last 30 years. The first hurricane usually is named the 14th of August. And the first major hurricane is typically named the 31st of August. So, yeah. I've got this database now of tropical data, and it's unbelievable. Unbelievable the data that I get. Okay, so definitely running ahead in terms of the name storms, but you know I love talking about ACE, the accumulated cyclonic energy. 2.8 generated thus far this year. 6.8 is the average through today. So we are way behind in the average, even though we are ahead in the named storms. They are quick and they are weak, so it kind of plays out, right? Interesting. I love it. Aaron says hurricane season is canceled. Be wary of those comments coming. Happens every year. 2004 and 2017 went wild quickly. I know it. Yeah, don't think for a minute that hurricane season is canceled or has been canceled. You know how I feel. You know that I always try to keep it real. And I will say that I'm expecting a near average season this year, but that doesn't mean that it's canceled. A near average season still has storms and still has storms that can get you. I want to look, hold on a second. Tropics. I want to see, there's a product that I want to look for to point this out. So this is upper air wind. Okay. Upper air wind. 200 Chionam. Ah, there it is. Okay. All right, so this is what I'm looking for. I wanted to share with you. So we're talking about hurricane season's canceled or whatever, but it's not. So this is a product that lets you know, kind of lets you look for stable or unstable air mass, yada, yada, yada. It's a lot of data, I know, but follow me, okay? So what you're looking for is green. When it turns green, it lets you know that the atmosphere is kind of set up for tropical development. So here we are. This is this weekend. We'll bring it full screen. We're kind of in the orange, so not much tropical development expected. Not much orange. It's stable air. Should keep quiet in the tropics. But notice we're going to start to get, especially kind of the end of July. You see over in Africa there, you see how the colors are starting to turn green? You see that right there? While the rest of the Atlantic basin is still in orange, right? If you look at the, oh, I hit the wrong, I hate when I do that. What I'm trying to, oh my gosh, I hit the wrong, there we are. If you look at Africa, you can see the green dot. So we're going to start to get more and more activity bubbling looking ahead to August, okay? And that, of course, is going to lend itself to activity developing in the tropics. So while we have been nice and quiet, I do not expect that to last for very long. And if we look at the LRC calendar, here we are. The 8th and the 9th of August is already the recycle of what was Alex. Okay, I've got it faded because we added that in, just as like a mental note. But August, it looks like we're going to be getting back into some activity. And then for September, I think September is absolutely going to be an active stretch. I would say that there are two very distinct features. The first one, I'll be watching the Northeast United States, and then definitely that Florester. Florester, by the way, is kind of happening right now over Florida. If we look at the satellite and radar, it's not organized very much, but it's there. Here, let me pop up the water vapor and we can see the upper level. Nice Tutlow. I'll let you load. It's there though, so anyway. It's interesting, but the pattern is absolutely going to start favoring, you can see the green there, the pattern is going to start favoring more tropical activity. So that said, where are we in terms of like just regular tropical activity? Let's take a look and see. Where we are with the GFS, okay? So this is the GFS 6Z, the most recent run of this GFS. Kind of see some stuff there in the Gulf these next couple of days. That's the Florester. It's not going to develop, we think, into anything tropical, but you can see that feature there in the Gulf. You can see it there. Not doing much. I'll rewind it, and you kind of see that little feature there in the Gulf. That's the Florester. It's not wanting to develop into anything, but it's there, so it's worth mentioning. All right, back out to the wide shot. Nice little wave coming off the coast of Africa by Tuesday of this upcoming week. Second wave coming off the coast of Africa. That may be something. Again, fades because there's instability over Africa. If we were to just look right here as these waves are coming off of Africa, there's instability over Africa, but once you get out over the open waters of the Atlantic, that instability is not there. So for right now, nothing crazy. All right. Still watching. There's another wave. That's August 1st, though, right? Like, that one has the chance to go. So, again, I think once we get into August, That'll be something. Now, there's a little something off of the coast of the Carolinas there also we'll have to watch. All right? So that's kind of where we're at. Nice and quiet here these next couple of days in the tropics, which it's fine with me. I'll take quiet. I'll take quiet any day. Any questions, comments, concerns? Brian, Eric, if all the orange that was in the wind model you just showed is from the Saharan dust, it's, well, so no, that was water vapor. That's just dry air in the atmosphere. But Saharan dust and dry air kind of work together. Let's see here. Did I miss any comments? Already 2 named storms, I believe. We've had 3. We've had 3 named storms this year. Winds are really picking up at the Cape. Yeah, good downpours for sure. Any questions? Anything? Otherwise, we can put this puppy to bed. Very informative. Thank you for explaining this in a manner we can understand. Well, thank you, Trish, for hanging out. And if you ever have questions, we're here. We're here to talk. We're here to nerd out. We're here to hang out. We're here to have fun. Priscilla, you just posted a bunch of question marks. Oh, I see your question. I had to look up. Okay. Any chance you can see MCO weather around 8:10 p.m.? My 102-year-old grandmother is landing. I'm picking her up. Can hardly wait. I get to celebrate her soon. She's been on Long Island. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So 8:10 tonight. Let's take a look at Futurecast. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys have a great time. So here's about 8 o'clock. I would say that we're still going to have some showers and storms around. Hopefully it's not delayed too much, but frankly, with that kind of weather, I would say that we're probably going to be backed up. Probably going to be talking about some delays. I'm sorry. Will we get rain in Holopot today? I mean, just judging by this Futurecast, I would say, yup. Oh, I've got to sing Toto. I bless the rains down in Africa. Boom, boom, boom. Matt says, love hearing VLC and VNC on Coffee Talk. Oh yeah, nerds unite, right? VLC is terribly powerful. It's a pain, but it's terribly powerful. Mushrooms are coming out in the garden with all the rain. The food web is doing well. Yeah, I've got mushrooms I've got to beat up on my grass as well. Yeah. Janet, I'm flying out of West Palm Beach tomorrow at 12:40. I mean, it's wet. It's wet. John, good morning, sir. How's the forecast at launch tomorrow morning? So you can see that, I mean, that's 10:30, you know, there's 12. Futurecast is giving me a little optimism, but it's not perfect, right? It's not perfect. Launch tomorrow, Falcon 9. This is off of, it's SLC 40, I believe, right? Stand by, double checking. I believe it's SLC 40. Yes, good, okay. Phew. All right, so with the showers, with the clouds, 50-50 shot. At least it's a nice wide window. At least it's a nice wide window, you know what I mean? It's not an instantaneous launch, that's all. That's where I'm feeling better at least. But yeah, I'm hoping to see this launch. It was great to watch the other one from the house. I would have loved to be there next to you, John, shooting the breeze, enjoying the breeze, watching the rocket. Yeah. Oh well. Rose says, I can't complain about the rain. I've been begging for it for weeks. That's it. And at least you're transparent. I feel like most people are like, bah, I need the rain. And then when it rains, they're like, bah, I don't want the rain. I want the sun. And it's like, what do you want? What do you want from me? Is Jessica the meteorologist for this launch? I don't know. Oh, you're talking about at SLD 45? I don't know who is the launch officer. I don't even think that it lists their name when they put out their forecasts. So if that's the case, I need to, I don't know. Sometime I need to do a Facebook Live just to explain the delay involved in Facebook Live. Yeah, it's like 10 seconds. I would say I found YouTube is almost instantaneous. Whatever happened to the music you used to take requests? The copyright police. got me. I started having all these videos flagged and muted, and it's like, okay, all right, I'll stop. So, oh well. I hope it stays cloudy like this all day. It will. It will. Looks that way, yeah. It also keeps temperatures down. So for today and tomorrow, 70% coverage of showers and thunder showers. But at least over the next couple of days, the rain chances go down. Problem is, temperatures go up. I'll be in Boston. I'll still be tracking your local forecast, even if I am in Boston. I may have to do a Facebook Live from WCVB. I plan on visiting our sister station on Monday. So I'll try and do a Facebook Live. I don't know who's working, but I'm going to try and do a little Facebook Live. But yes, so the plan is Monday, probably do Coffee Talk either from the airport or from the car. And then, yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Boston, baby. Coffee Talk out of state, but we're still here, baby. We're still here. Next week, will I do Coffee Talk? 100%. It's a work week for me. I'm just going to be doing it remotely. So I'm not going to be in the studio. I'll be hanging out with you from either a hotel room or the airport. But you know everything, Eric. Oh, Jessica, you're adorable. You're adorable. Could you please explain the first name storm around the 14th of August? Huh? Stephanie, I have no idea what you're asking. Could you please explain about the first name storm? Oh. The first name storm on the 14th of August. I guess I don't know what you mean. The first hurricane is usually formed on the 14th of August. Maybe the complainers just moved here from Lake Wobegon. I don't even get, if that's a joke, I don't get it. The loophole to the copyright police is to post, say you don't own the rights to the music. I don't know if that works. Does it? I don't know. You should do a Facebook Live from the duck boats in Boston. I'm not going, I mean, Monday is my only free time there, and I'm going to WCVB. So it's not like I get a chance to go tourist. I mean, I'm going for a weather conference. It's a work trip. Yeah. Let's see here. No one's told me I'm adorable since I started talking. Well, here we are together, right? Oh boy. All right, enough. That's it. Enough about Coffee Talk, huh? Listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful, wonderful forecast today in your neighborhood. I hope you have a great day today. Just stay dry, would you? All right? I will see you guys and gals later tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. All right? Bye, guys.